Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Lviv and Let Die. We have responded well to the disappointment of the Champions League by winning every single game since. Some fairly comfortable games there, but one slightly more difficult one. Metallurg, a team near the bottom of the table, and I think newly promoted, although maybe not. Maybe that's not true. No, it's not true. Anyway, they were dispatched 5-0 at home fairly comfortably. We then beat Avantgarde, who are from non-league. No, in fact, this year they're from the First Division. 4-0 in the quarter-final. Pretty easily. Kokoyev, Rogulic and Donko scoring there. We then had a last-minute winner against Metallist, or last minute, I think it was 83rd minute, we scored the winner against Metallist after their manager told the press that that we have no hope of getting a result against them. So boo to you with knobs on. We then beat Donetsk 4-0, pretty comfortable game. A hat-trick from Merino and one from Shahata. In fact, the goal from Shahata was an absolute belter in that game. We then played Odessa and beat them 2-1 in the semi-final. We were pretty comfortable despite the 2-1 scoreline. They only had one shot on target. We were just wasteful. And then we played Dnipropetrovsk. We beat them 4-0 in the Premier League. They are having even more of a disappointing campaign than Shakhtar, down in 12th. Last season, I think they came second, they 6th. But not long ago, they were challenging for honours on a regular basis. So this game is the final of the Ukrainian Cup, which would be our second in a row if we win it. Arsenal Kiev, I checked, haven't won the final of this competition since 2014. So it's been a while, so to speak. We are now going to play our classic team in the final, in this competition so far, really. It's going to be Popadinets on the bench, Kokoyev there, who's been doing very well. Rosic on the bench. Let's just quickly... Rosic is the other striker. We can then play Voskobiniak and Chumachenko alongside Bodani, which will get us down to 7 players. And then we can just play across the middle there with our team. Maybe we'll play... No, those two are not that healthy. We can probably play Salvador there instead. Let's go with that. With the idea of... Because the other key part of the fact that we've not lost a game since our Barcelona game means that we are still on for the undefeated season. The only thing left to win or left to achieve really in Ukrainian domestic football that we have, except, of course, for the opportunity to go... Why are we not playing in red? The opportunity to go through the season with only wins. That would be the next... goal. I think we'd probably need a slightly deeper squad. Oh, Shahata. Oh, it's a crashes against the crossbar, a header from the back post. Nicely played. Chumachenko to put the ball in. No, Salvador maybe. Pandagotu has it. Back out to Chumachenko. He does try to put it in, but it was blocked well by the midfielder there. So that's the only other... if we can do it this year and go undefeated and be the Invincibles, then we need to translate that into... only wins in the league. That seems to be the next logical step. But we still have to beat Olexandriya first, and before that we have to finish this game. Gogua puts the ball in the middle. Voskobiniak, who has occasionally scored in these cup runs, throughout which he's pretty much a constant starter. He's 22 now, not good enough for the first team, so he'll probably be gone this summer. Oh, it's the post! He knows I'm talking about him. He hits the post. Even if he'd scored, it wouldn't have done anything to make me keep him on. He's not good enough. He will be sold this year. But yeah, Lasha Gogwa now puts the ball to the back post. Voskobiniak again. He's heavily involved in his early chances. A lot of them coming from dead ball situations, which we seem to get a lot of goals from there, particularly in the games that we record here. Rosic goes round his man. Rosic still going. Tries to set up Kokoyev. But a last-ditch tackle puts the ball into the goalkeeper's hands there. Rosic not on a good goal-scoring run of form, although I think he did score in the... Nice save there. He did score in the last league game we played, a fairly tidy finish. Gogwa puts the ball in the middle towards Voskobiniak again. Rosic now coming to collect. He's fouled, but Gonzalez picks the ball up. Salvador turns, passes the ball to Pandagotu, and Pandagotu smashes into the roof of the net for 1-0 to Lviv. It would be nearly 68 years since Arsenal last won this competition. In fact, 68 years since Arsenal last won any competition in Ukraine. But unfortunately, the steamroller that is FC Lviv does seem to be continuing apace. As all steamrollers do, they do tend to continue at pace. What a stupid saying. Use proper English, Wheatland. Rosic now going past his man again. Can he put the ball in the middle for a player to score? He tries. Salvador's effort was saved. Shahata plays the ball forward, and there's a corner out of that. Nalikashvili heading away from Kokoyev, and number 15 on our side there. I must confess I don't know who that is off the top of my head. It's Gonzalez. He heads the ball wide. Rosic with the ball. Oh, he's taken out. Nicely defended. They also managed to defend a second follow-up shot from Shahata. Now we come forward again. Kokoyev's header just wide. Unfortunate. What's happening now? Nothing. Wow, we are dominating possession. You can see the white bar at the bottom there. Rosic to go to. It's another corner. We are on top of this one, but only 1-0. Oh my god, we're so on top of this one. Voskobiniak, but Alavidze makes a save. Little Georgia, that's what they call the Ukrainian Football League. Let's not, thank you. Not even close, didn't even bother going for it, really. Chimachenko plays the ball up towards Kokoyev, and he has it. He can release Rosic. Rosic is released, but his first touch was diabolical, and it looks like Biryukov has injured himself to the extent that he has to come off. Not that he was actually tackled. I think he just must have turned a bit dodgy. Salvador slips in Rosic. Rosic does finally get the ball in the net, but he was offside, as is his wont. I'm not sure what's happening to Rosic. The temptation with every game, as this season's gone on, the temptation has been to cash in on the fact that he's worth £20 million, which means we would get at least 30 for him. The other side of that coin is he did score against Barcelona. He does score important goals, but he's nowhere near the utter machine than he was. I thought he was going to get 200 or 300 league goals for Lviv by the time he left us. I was hoping he would save the whole time, and he would, like I say, just have a essentially insurmountable goal scoring record. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen unless he wises up a bit. I'm wondering whether or not the fact that we have the left back who is so uncreative, because when we had really good left backs who were able to let's have that, thank you, Maya, really good left backs who were able to cross the ball and pass, he seemed that, since we've got rid of those left backs, that's coincided with Rosic dropping off his form. So I don't know whether that's possible, or possibly the reason, in which case we'd need to get a new left back, or just make the left midfielder much more good. Not that we can really do too much else in that regard. Salvador curls one from about 30 yards over the bar. Yeah, so I'm not sure I'm going to sell Rosic. That seems like a silly decision. He's so technically good, it doesn't make any logical sense. Kokoyev puts the ball across. Rosic only had to head in. But I think that was actually a shot from Kokoyev. So, yeah, maybe not the wrongest thing to not try and get your head on that. Rosic does go for the shot, though. And there you go again. Not what I would be expecting of him. Anyway, Kokoyev goes round his man, crosses, dinks to the middle. Nobody was able to get there, but we do have it again. Shahata with the ball, slips in Kokoyev, puts it back to Rosic, but the ball, okay, a lot to unpack there. Kokoyev tries to lay in Rosic. Rosic is tackled by Doranin, and his ball, his tackle, then falls to Rosic, who sort of slowly walks over to celebrate. Weird. Oh, in fact, no, that's not entirely how it worked, because this guy, Shishkin, his tackle set up the tackle to set up the goal. So there we go. Classic. It's yellow. Derisevic, his corner comes in. Nothing doing there, unfortunately. Dorianin. Derisevic's shot is tipped over by Maya. Let's give... Oh, we can't do that. Let's give Planinsek a run out. Popadinets can also get a run out. And let's save... Oh, Salvador's looking absolutely knackered. Okay, and then we'll bring on Determined Henry then. Okay. It's an unfortunate time to take a drink just as we have a shot. But yeah, Voskobiniak's header way over the bar. Planinsek heads down to Popadinets, and maybe we can get a goal for one of these two lads coming on. Gets Planinsek some match fitness, I guess, and or confidence, maybe it's that. And maybe Popadinets. I think he scored for us before, once or maybe twice in cup runs. But yeah, he's also a player that's unlikely to make the grade. Kokoyev, the lad who was on up until a few minutes ago, he, I think, will be able to break through and become a team, at least a squad player. I have high hopes for him. Oh, they've set up a goal. They have done. Kochanauskas sets up Derkach. Apparently, we're upset that there was an offside. I don't think that was, really, to be honest. 70 minutes gone. Maybe we've made... No, he definitely wasn't. Maybe we've made a bad decision to move too early with the substitutions, but we should have enough, even with these two strikers on, to continue to threaten, especially considering we brought on Determined Henry. And, I mean, Planinsek last season got something like 36 or 37 goals, so we have no we can have no complaints. Popadinets slips through Planinsek, oh, it's the bloody post. Oh, those posts, man. And we don't even record all the games. Like, we hit the post in every single game like 2 or 3 times. It's ridiculous. Shahata to Popadinets. Popadinets tries to get around. He sets up Planinsek beautifully, and Planinsek taps home. That's what we want. 3-1 in the final. Definitely Lviv taking home this competition. I've already inputted them into my FM stats document, and I shall soon update the pivot table. Also to note, Manchester City have won the 2072 Premier League campaign, which means Swindon Town probably have finished second because they were chasing very closely for the rest of the season. Swindon won the League Cup, and in Poland, Polonia Warszawa have retained the Ekstraklasa in a shock, because I think at the halfway point Śląsk were bloody miles ahead and they've had a collapse, including so they had a collapse, sacked their boss, or possibly their boss took over at Krivbas actually. And they took Polonia Warszawa's manager, and since they took Polonia Warszawa's manager, they've been on an absolutely dreadful run of form, and Polonia have just pulled ahead and won the league. And it's not even close, it's by quite a few points, I believe. There we go. So yeah, we're still waiting, before I can update my tables, we're still waiting on the finals of all the European competitions and the Polish Cup, which hasn't been played yet, but there you go, Lviv have won the Ukrainian Cup. Nice, not even something we really are that excited about anymore, but well done, team. For those who are interested, that's our 6th trophy in 7 years. Dnipropetrovsk winning it 2 years ago after we were knocked out by Dynamo Kiev. 88,000, not even really worth entering the competition for at all, really. Delighted, yes. Famous treble, because of course we won the Club World Championship. Yes, not bad at all. We won a treble last season with the Champions League. I'd say this is more prestigious. Squad payout, nice, yeah, well done, lads. Well deserved. I think that's a fair point. We've won it so much, I love it. It's great, delighted. Can't say I was too concerned. No, I mean, we were better than them in pretty much every way. So yeah, the only things that will be left after the culmination of the FA Cup and the Champions League and the Europa League will be the Super Cups from next year. We'll see then who is in what position. Barcelona are again in the final of the Champions League, disappointingly, potentially moving up to... How many was it? I think it was... They would be their 15th win if they win it this year. But they're in the final. I can't remember who they're playing. and the Europa League final did have Manchester United in it, except that they got knocked out. So I think what I mean is didn't have Manchester United in the final. Man City, yeah, well done, lads. Let's just check the Premier League here because I'm planning to use it to do this. Swindon second, not a bad result, not great. Coventry down. Cardiff have won the... How have they done that? Oh, is that because they lost the... What did Cardiff win then this year? Did they win the FA Cup? 2072? Yes, they did. Okay, I can add that to my list. Cardiff City again. In fact, I can just copy and paste them because they won something so recently. Copy. Paste. Well done, Cardiff City. Nice. Good. And who did they beat in the final? Let's find out. Bolton Wanderers. Nice. Actually, both those teams have been in the finals of competitions recently. Cardiff won the League Cup a decade ago, and Bolton won the FA Cup only 5 years back in 2067. So both teams with a rich cup history. We are now currently 58 league games without a loss. Olexandriya, the team that we are about to play here, the only other team with a double digits undefeated streak in the league. I would expect, although cannot guarantee, that one of those two will be broken in this. I'll take a draw. I want to just go undefeated so that it's no longer a thing that I care about, because it becomes an obsession, especially when you're so much better than everyone else. You know, you're putting 5 or 6 past most teams. Occasionally you'll have to struggle to a 1-0 win or, you know, a 3-0 win. But we're at the point now where we should be able to win an undefeated season. We did it with Śląsk. I think we might have done it more than once with Śląsk, or at least they did it. They've definitely done it since I left. I know that it was quite early into their period of Polish domination that that I'd left. I think it was 2037 that I left, just before they won another cup, league and Super Cup treble. And since then, they've just won all the freaking leagues. I mean, there's only about, I think you could probably count them on one hand, the leagues that they haven't won since then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 2 hands. But yeah, good. Dynamo Kiev takeover complete. Ooh, who's that? Okay. That's not a Moneybags takeover, though, is it? Promotion from within, that's fine. Yes. They're going to bid for Cristiano. Oh, yeah. So it turns out that Manuel Alvear, the player that we sold to a couple of clubs, has become like rather a beast. We sold him to Hapoel Haifa. Oh, well. And now we have to do a little bit of Leicester. No, please go away. Determined Henry, shut up, you're not leaving. Churfa, I mean, I'll sell him at the right price. He's a young player that I think actually might be quite good. And yeah, so let's just wrap this league up in the way that everyone wants. We're the favourites for the clash. Everyone knows that we have to keep going. They're happy and enjoying their football. I don't think one lost. We've said these things the exact same way. We're going to put on a show for our fans. Pandagotu is an excellent player. Pandagotu's been outstanding. I don't know why you would ever say Pandagotu can keep this up regardless of the backing of fans, because it sort of makes you think, well, I mean, I'm not even sure whether... It just feels like, why would you deliberately say an answer that sort of makes you less popular with the fans? Yeah, that feels like a kind of like having a dig at the fans answer. Whereas, why would you ever do that? Especially in my position now, where I'm the boss of everything. That said, we still need a bigger stadium. So there you go. I think Real Madrid have won the Europa League. I think that must be what that is. They can't but still be playing semi-finals by now. 3 goals in extra time to win it. Nice. And the Polish Cup winners haven't been pinged to me via my, I assume, put-upon assistant. So I will have to go finding that one as well, so that we can complete our data set. And then once I move to a new league, we'll add that into the data set and we'll continue to count everything through. I have a feeling it's going to be a big league. Managing Lviv is fun, especially sort of leading them to European success. So far has been really good. I know I did say that I would manage until we won the Champions League, but I don't think this is the time to leave. Hang on a sec. Let's just find out what's happening. Yes. No. So the Real Madrid have won the Europa League, so let's just add them in. Do they have a special colour? No, they are just Real Madrid. Great. I've got to add it in every page. This is why it's taking a bit. And now Real Madrid. Great. Okay. Good. Alviar's tempted by Arsenal. Of course he is. And now we have to do our match preview. So let's do this. Although, we'll do it. And then, we will. I'll do the Polish thing myself later on. No one else cares. This is the final game of the season and we want to win it big. So let's go all out. Kofi Donkor back in the side. What are we going to do? Up front, Rosic and Kokoyev, no. Marino plays. Planinsek is on the bench. Defence, we will not be playing Voskobiniak. We'll be playing Musa Kurt. Gonzalez can stay, but we need Jean Kamara in there. And we've got Badani there as well. Let's go out there and win this league in style. I mean, we've already won it, but let's go out and win it in style. They are playing this misguided formation, which always seems to be like it's effective, or most of the teams in the league can play effectively against us for about 40 minutes. That's what I see. And it's not all 40 minutes in one go. It can sometimes be like chunks of 40 minutes. So 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, whatever. But like it just gives us Determined Henry puts one away after 6 minutes. Bang. Oh, could it be the entire season without a loss? It could. It could. Lovely finish. He often sets up to do that. So they often cut back to him and he looks like he's gonna. But he just so often just fucking spoons it. But today his aim was true. We've played the big boys. Oh, he slipped through Panda Gotu. Panda Gotu scored. It's 2-0. The fans are dancing in the stadium that needs to be rebuilt in the actual city of which we represent. At the moment, the only interesting thing is what happens in the relegation race. Sevastopol are drawing with Dnipropetrovsk. Tavris and Ferropol are drawing with Metalurg, so it is all square down there. We'll keep an eye out on that. Thanks, Jeff. Panda Gotu has a third. Sorry, Panda Gotu has a second. We have a third. Olexandriya's bid to attain champions. They might get Europa League anyway, but their bid to come fourth in the top four is faltering here. Dynamo Kiev, even though they are struggling also against Sevastopol, are not struggling this badly. We are putting on a display to the extent that they shoot from within their own centre circle. By their own centre circle, I obviously mean the shared centre circle, because that's a stupid attempt at a sentence. Marino running up against them. He puts the ball. Oh, he tried to. Gogwa to Determined Henry, who goes again. That's what he does on the regs, is just wide. Delightful stuff. But 3-0 up before 18 minutes. I would suspect this is in the bag. We've done it, guys. Determined Henry, Gogwa slips through. Marino has scored as well. Rosic left it quite selflessly there. Will allow that. If he's going to do that and take away a runner, then no problem at all. They've moved into a slightly more defensive version of this formation. With I think they swapped. They pulled them back anyway. But we are dominating them. They are. I don't know how they're fourth. We're smashing them. The ball comes in again. Rosic just has the ball taken off of his feet. Brienic puts the ball towards, I don't know who, but we've got it straight away. Shahata tries to slip in Marino, but no. Badani, Even his passing's been on point. The ball goes in again to their box, but they clear. It's only 25 minutes gone. Determined Henry shoots from long range and has scored an absolute screamer. Unbelievable. It's 5-0 after 24 minutes. And we are causing the Olexandriya faithful to reconsider their life choices. What a fucking ball that is. That is exactly what I want. Oh, Sevastopol are winning. Potentially putting... Yeah, they are. Sevastopol are winning, which actually might mean... Oh, no, because... Oh, what's happening here? Okay. Me messing around with the things there seems to have just hurt... I think because they were all swapping around. Yeah, Sevastopol would have to win big to affect this. They are now on the same points. Rosic now coming forward. Keep going, Blake. Let's get some more. Rosic himself scores a stunner. There it is. It's 6-0, 37 minutes. That's what we want to see. Tavria are going to have to do something here because if they win, if they can go ahead in their game, they should be okay. But Dnipro, it doesn't like it, does it? What's wrong with you? Tavria need a goal against Metallurg here. All right, God, is that box doing something to it? Anyway, yeah, Tavria need a goal. Arguably we don't need a goal, although if we could get 4 more, we could be on 100 for the season, which would be quite nice. Gavrilovic to Munyedong. The first... Oh, they've scored! Well, nobody expected that. Olexandriya 1, Lviv 6. That slightly disappointed me. I don't want to concede double figures if we could. Could avoid that. No. What did I... As soon as you give voice to any kind of opinion on this game, it immediately listens to you and just makes that thing happen. How do you make him... How can I say to him, don't be... Alright, I'm trying to use the assertive thing. Just be like, look, boys, go out and fuck them up. Let's have 10. I want 10. We want 10, guys. We want 10. Sandoval, formerly of this parish, being being taught a lesson in footballing terms. Kamara to Henry. Rosic goes for it. I mean, it wasn't a good effort, but it was a nicely worked move at least. It was a nicely worked move. Determined Henry seems like he's taken a knock. Not ideal. John Platt is coming on. I'm sure he's Ukrainian. Determined Henry's corner comes in. Gonzalez. Oh, it was a corner. Okay. I'm actually going to take Determined Henry off. Let him have a... in fact, we're going to do the same with Marino. Let them both have a sort of lap of the pitch as they leave victory tour. Because what a season they both had. Determined Henry, last kick of the season maybe, gives it into Shahata. Shahata scores. It's too easy. It's 7-1. Determined Henry, I assume, will get an assist for that. That's exactly what he wanted to see. They'll complain in the press afterwards that we've taken off Determined Henry when he was 1 goal away from a hat-trick, but I don't care. And I think, did Marino get 2? I can't remember, but anyway, he's also off. Planinsek is on. We've tackled them straight from kickoff. We are hungry for goals. Panda Gotu gives it to Kamara. Salvador gives it into Panda Gotu again. Gogua, come on. Actually, I don't think Marino did get 2. Because Salvador has a... yeah, Panda Gotu scored twice as well, didn't he? I mean, I could check. I'm just not going to. Yeah, nicely done, everybody. Wow, it looks like Sevastopol are smashing. Oh no, Tavria are losing. Planinsek goes around his man, the only man who can't score against these people. Yeah, Sevastopol are winning 3. Goverla are beating Shakhtar 4-0. Unbelievable. Shakhtar, what a bad season they've had as well. Terrible football there from Gogor and Musaka, not talking to each other. Come on. But it's okay. Badeni gives it to Shihata. Shihata crosses for Rosic, but he wasn't able to get there. Can we have one more? Can we have an 8th? Shihata to Salvador. Salvador to Planinsek, who shoots way over the bar. Come on, mate. Yeah, Tavria are going down, it looks like, which is a shame. Oh, Panda Gotu. Oh. It's interesting, the knock-on effect of us becoming dominant at the top has had on the established teams in this league. So Dinamo are currently in the middle of you'd have to call a resurgence, because they went on a very poor series of seasons. I think 3 or 4 where they were very poor. They've at least sort of come back a bit, although you can see, I mean, the middle of the table is super congested. But Dnipro and Shakhtar have both dropped off a cliff. I mean, look at those two down there, 11th and 12th. 37 and 38 points respectively. I mean, if the other teams in the league weren't so dreadful, that's really poor. Really, really poor. And then you get, now you've got Karpaty. Obviously, the other elephant in the room is Krivbas, who are on oil money, I assume, although they did lose today. And that's what's sort of prompting their rise to the top, because they've never been really anything big in Ukrainian football either. But yeah, Karpaty, they've come second. Arsenal have qualified for the Europa League, because stealing Olexandriya's spot, I guess, because we beat them in the cup final, but we already qualify for Europe. Oh, and Ukrainian champions Lviv, undefeated for the season. 7th heaven, we absolutely battered them. Determined Henry scored 2 stunning goals in that game. Absolutely delighted. Invincibles. Good feeling, confident, great start, can't complain, pretty special way. Daniel's amazing. Yes. And no, not at all. Panda go to, I don't know why he would want to leave. Determined Henry's been in sensational form. He wants to stay. He's in fine form. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Let's just look at the Premier League and Basque. 27 wins, 3 draws. So basically we could get 90 points. That's the most one could get. I think at the moment that's the new total, because I think the previous total best was 80, wasn't it? That was us so we've gone and smashed that by 4 points. 84 points there, although we had a better goal difference once back when we've got 80 points. And the challenges are dropping off. I mean, the challenges not good at all this season, though. We did at least have a decent relegation scrap. 2 teams in it relatively close to the end as well, whereas before it's been a couple of really rubbish teams down there. Now, the last thing I want to do, I want to try and find out about the Polish FA Cup. It was won by Widzew Łódź. I shall add them to my document. Hang on. Oh, bollocks. Great. And we haven't had the Champions League final, right? Am I right? Oh, hang on. I can do it this way. No, I can't. God damn it. Oh, shit. Well, maybe it'll pop up. It'll be interesting to know. That's all I'm saying. Curtain comes down on the Premier League season. Yes. Delightful, determined Henry. Oh. Fixtures. Champions League. Oh my God, I just want to see the fucking final. They haven't been done yet, but it's Valencia versus Barcelona in the final. Maybe we can see where they finished, so we can try and work out how that will go. Valencia, slightly dodgy form over the years. They're 4th, Barcelona are 2nd. Probably not going to win the league, so unlucky, but good. All right, so there we go then. That's another season. We'll be back at the beginning of next season to go over what's happened and what hasn't happened. See you later, guys. Bye.